The median sale price for a home in the Omaha market last month was $290,000. How much money do you need to make a year in order to afford the median sale price of a home? What about household income? Last year, the median household income in Omaha, Nebraska was $65,359. How much home can someone afford in the Omaha area with the median household income? That's our topic for today's video, and we're going to get started right now. Hi, my name is David Matney with Nebraska Realty. I'm a local realtor here in Omaha, Nebraska. Now let's jump into today's topic. One of the challenges in today's market is affordability. Why is this the case? Well, in the last few years, we have had runaway inflation. Inflation is the rate of increase in prices over a given period of time. Inflation is the loss of purchasing power. Now let's talk about the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve has two economic goals: one, price stability, and two, maximum employment. One of the ways the Federal Reserve controls inflation is with interest rates. If you increase interest rates, you make it more costly for businesses and consumers to borrow money. This slows down the economy. However, the Fed has to be careful because if they slow economic activity too much, it could throw us into recession and increase unemployment. On the flip side, if the Fed needs to stimulate the economy, they will lower interest rates. It's really a balancing act. After the Great Financial Crisis, we had one of the slowest recoveries in the decade following the Great Recession. This meant the Fed kept interest rates low in order to stimulate the economy. We had a run of record low interest rates. Now, the Fed doesn't control mortgage interest rates. Mortgage interest rates are tied to the 10-year Treasury yield. During the Great Financial Crisis, we also had many builders go out of business. In the past decade after the Great Recession, builders were a lot more cautious, and as a result, we did not build enough homes in the decade after the Great Financial Crisis. Then in 2020, we had the pandemic, and then in the next 2 years, mortgage interest rates went even lower and hit all-time record lows, which overstimulated the housing market, which sent inflation even higher. Then the Fed, in order to get inflation under control, raised the Fed funds rate to slow down the economy. This meant many buyers were pushed to the sidelines. Let's look at an example when rates were at all-time record lows. In February of 2021, the median sale price of a single-family home in Omaha area was $240,000. At the same time, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage was at 2.75. This meant if you were buying a $240,000 home with 10% down payment, with a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage at 2.75%, your monthly payment, and this is just principal and interest, was only $882 a month. What was the result? We had record numbers of homes sold, homes received multiple offers, homes sold within hours, and people were buying houses and waiving inspections and waiving appraisals. We had bidding wars and prices shot up. Now we're in February of 2024. Home prices went up and mortgage interest rates went up. The median closed sale price in January of 2024 was now $290,000. Interest rates are now at 7%. What has this done in terms of monthly payment? So you take a purchase price of $290,000, you come in with 10% down, $29,000. The amount financed at 7% for 30 years, $261,000. The monthly payment, again, just principal and interest, would be $1,736 a month. The payment almost doubled. This meant many would-be buyers are priced out of the market. Now, how much can a buyer buy if they have a median household income of $65,359? Now, just for the sake of math, let's round that off to just an even $65,000. According to the 28-36 rule, you should spend no more than 28% of your gross monthly income on housing costs, and your combined debt, including housing costs, should not exceed 36% of your gross monthly income. So our family making $65,000 a year, divide that by 12, makes $5,416 a month. You take that monthly income, multiply it by 28%, and you get $1,516 for a monthly payment. That includes principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Now, don't forget, we came in with less than 20% down payment, so there's going to be mortgage insurance on top of that too. What can you get for $1,516 in monthly payment in Omaha, Nebraska? 4458 Crown Point Avenue is a 3-bed, 2-bath ranch in the 68111 zip code. It was built in 1961 and has 1,712 finished square feet. The property taxes are $2,700 a year. We'll assume a homeowner's insurance of $2,100 a year. And for our calculations, we'll assume private mortgage insurance of $100 a month. The home is listed for $190,000. Let's do some math. Purchase price, $190,000. 10% down payment, $19,000. The amount financed at 7% for 30 years, $171,000. Your monthly payment, and this is principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, plus private mortgage insurance, would be $1,637. We're a little over budget for our target payment of $1,516 a month. When you're buying a home that's older, be sure you do your due diligence. Make sure you do your proper inspections, and you'll also need to budget more for maintenance since this home is 63 years old. If you take $5,416, multiply that by 0.36, you get $1,949 in total debt payments. This would include house payment, car payment, student loan payments, and minimum credit card payments. Let's take a look at an example of the median closed sales price. Now, for this example, we're going to use 14459 Reynolds Street, which is located northwest of Omaha in the town of Bennington in the 68007 zip code. This is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage, split entry home built in 2009 with 1,510 finished square feet. The property taxes are $4,973 a year, and there's a $93 homeowners association dues. Just for this example, we're going to use $2,400 a year for homeowners insurance. Let's figure $120 for PMI, and this home is listed for $289,000. Let's do some math. Purchase price, $289,000. Down payment, 10% down, $28,900. The amount financed at 7% for 30 years, $260,100. Your monthly payment, and this would include principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, plus homeowners association dues and PMI, would be $2,472. Who can afford a $2,472 payment? If that represents 28% of their gross monthly income. If we take $2,472, divide that by 0.28, these buyers would have to make $8,828 per month, or a yearly household income of $105,936. Their total monthly debt, including housing, could not exceed $3,178 a month. What if rates dropped back to 5%? That means they would save $334 a month, and they would not have to make as much money per year. If rates were at 5%, they would only have to make $91,628 a year. However, if rates go to 5%, is that house going to be a $289,000 purchase price? And the answer is no, it's not. Here's the problem. We still have a low inventory market. Even at these higher rates, many homes are still receiving multiple offers. If rates drop, more buyers are going to come off the sidelines, which will heat up the market and drive prices back up. If you're on the sidelines, continue to reduce your debt, keep working on your credit, and keep saving up money. Don't give up hope. Here's the other thing. If you can purchase a home, make sure you have money set aside for emergencies. Make sure you have some funds set aside in case you lose your job, and make sure you budget enough funds for maintenance. Many first-time home buyers do not plan for maintenance to the home. Also, don't forget, make sure you understand that your insurance rates and your property taxes will more than likely increase every year as well. Make sure you plan for it.